What it do, what it do. Welcome to another one over here, Game Chopping TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because we chopping this game over here, man. Man. Yeah, man. So, the Diddy case has been going on and things like that. A lot of things are being exposed and stuff. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are about to get outed. All kind of things, man, going on right now. One thing that I heard like the other day ago, some surprising stuff. I guess one of the ladies that's testifying in the Diddy case was talking about how he used to want her to, like, whenever she'd be messing with a dude, having sex with a dude, when he would skeet on her, basically, Diddy supposedly or allegedly would want her to get this, rub the semen and put it on his nipples. Rub the man's semen on his nipples and on his chest and stuff like that. I mean, that's a man's semen. That's crazy, dude. I guess that's a fetish that he had or something, or just getting down and dirty with it, right? That's out of this world. You wouldn't think. You just wouldn't think. But people are only human, and you just never know what people are into or what they like, no matter how they portray themselves on the outside. Being, you just think him being a big time, entertainer, music executive, all this type of stuff that, he didn't have to, well, you would think he would just want, nothing but females or whatever. That's what you would think, I guess. That's what we would have thought, but he was just partying out of control, I guess, and more is to be told. And I'm pretty sure a lot more people are going to get outed for certain little things, because this person here is talking, and throwing it out there, But old Diddy, though, he's, okay, even so is some, freaky stuff. He still may have a chance, And, they're trying to throw charges at him and different things like that. But, we got that man Suge Knight, man. Suge Knight been speaking lately. People been wanting to hear what Suge got to say here lately, man. I don't know if he's on to something or not, or if he's just speaking. But, old Suge Knight, he basically says, he predicts that even if Diddy is convicted, that Donald Trump, President Trump, will pardon him. So he ain't really got nothing to worry about. I mean, now that's crazy work. But Suge, like I say, Suge may be honest. You just never know what's what. Because what Suge's saying basically is that, Diddy, his, almost to say, basically, his power goes beyond the courtroom. Like, basically, like, there's government officials and stuff like that who's, I guess, Diddy's probably greased their palms before and they owe him one. Things like that. Or it may be some stuff that they, might want to keep secret that dog it only some certain few people know, and if they don't act right or do right by Diddy, they will be outed. You just never know. But that's what Suge is coming from with it, basically. I guess I don't know if he just threw Trump in this, but that's basically where he's coming with it. And like I say, he may be on to something, man. He may be on to something, man. But we gonna see, man, because the case is going on. The trial is going on in the days now, and more stuff is coming out. Yeah. So in my take, I kind of believe him though. Because like I say, Diddy's reach goes beyond just the courtroom, alluding to deep connections and possible political leverage. He's got enough influence, Knight claimed. He owes enough favors. He's owed enough favors by the government. I mean, and it's Diddy got some cheese. Diddy got cheese, man. And he got the cheese to fight the accusations that's against him. And as long as he's been in the game, and a lot of important people with important titles know him and have partied with him. Before all the dirt was, is thrown on him. Now people want to disassociate themselves with him. Oh, wasn't that a party? Blah, blah. But I bet it was fun when it was going on, right? And they were there. So, you just never know. I'm not going to count it out because Suge, I feel like he knows some stuff. He's somebody that knows the game, knows the business, and have seen a lot of things, and he can speak on a lot of stuff that you wouldn't think is possible. And I believe Diddy has more pull than what we think is possible also. That's just my take. I could be blowing it up, but me myself, with the kind of cheese he got, yeah. I think he has a little more pull than we think. Now, of course, they're gonna run him through the trial and everything like that. But like I say, so far of just the freakiness of it, I haven't really heard of any crimes. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard of any crime that he's committed. But and if he did what he did, and if that's all of his preference, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Who cares? I mean, as long as they're all consenting adults. I mean, no matter how silly or sick you may think it is, it's their prerogative. It's his business. Their business on what they want to do. I mean, I guess, it is what it is. It's shocking to us to, hear this stuff as fans of, like, Biggie and the rap game back in the time when, all that was first kicking off, the Bad Boy records and all, yeah. But, hey, the cat's out the bag. It's exposed now. It is what it is. People are still, people can still accept him as a human, who just have certain preferences. Doesn't mean that he's a bad businessman. Doesn't mean you can't get money doing business with him. But right now he got some stuff going on. But Suge Knight, I wonder if Suge getting out, because we've been hearing a little bit from him lately, or when he's getting out. That'll be interesting too. Even though Suge, I think he about 60, or off of, something like that. He's up in age. So it'll still be interesting to, see him get out and what the game will be like, what ideas he may have, or if he's just going to lay low, or what, But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Y'all believe that if Diddy is convicted, that Trump is basically just going to pardon him? I could kind of see that. I don't know that because it was just kind of thrown out there by Suge Knight, so I don't know, but I could see it. May not, though. I mean, we will see because more stuff is coming out, though. But so far, like I said, I ain't really heard of nothing that's just like, oh my God, he needs to be in jail for life. No, I haven't heard that. It's just more like, dang, so they did that? That's all the kind of stuff I've been hearing about him so far. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this case, man, about the situation. Is Suge Knight right? Do y'all think Trump, do you think Diddy got some pull to connections that leads to Trump yank his coat to like, hey, man, do that real quick, man. Go ahead, tighten them up, man. Man, I don't know, man. I could see that, though, but we will see as time go on. He may not even be convicted. They may just throw this out, or just not found not guilty, because they trying to throw RICO on him and all. I mean, come on, man. I ain't seen nothing or heard nothing but just some kinky stuff going on, but more will be exposed, I guess. We'll see how this goes. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though, man. It's another one over here at Game Chopping TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe because we chopping this game over here, man.